guys. Welcome to the Highlysober Hangout movie review sneak peek series. The series where we take a look at movies that are currently in the theater. Today we are talking about the 2013 comedy drama brought to us by Woody Allen, Blue Jasmine, and I am your host, Gerald Yelverton. Blue Jasmine is, of course, written and directed by Woody Allen and stars Cate Blanchett, Alec Baldwin, Sally Hawkins, Andrew Dice Clay, Louis C.K., Peter Sarsgaard, and Alden Ehrenreich.
So what do you think?
I love it. You shouldn't spoil me so.
Well, why not? Who else am I going to spoil?
He met me at a party and swept me off my feet.
I fell in love with the name Jasmine.
You know, I have never been to San Francisco. I'll be staying with my sister.
Jasmine, oh my God.
Look at you. Your place is homey. Oh, the flight was bumpy. The food was awful. I mean, you'd think first class.
I thought you were tapped out.
I'm dead broke. Really, I mean, the government took everything.
All I can say is you look great.
Now who's lying?
Is there anything you want that you don't have?
Sweetheart, it's beautiful.
When your sister had all that money, she wanted nothing to do with you. Now that she's broke, all of a sudden she's moving in.
She's not just broke. She's all screwed up.
Love, you know? You hear me?
Excuse me, are you talking to me?
Ginger told me all about you. One minute you're on top of the world, the next, guy turns out to be a crook. Well, how long are you planning on staying with Ginger?
No one wants to get out of here as fast as I do.
I'm sure this is a big come down from what you're used to.
You'll be very happy to know that I lost every cent of my own money.
Her husband was a slick operator. I was there a week. I knew the guy was hitting on a girlfriend.
I can't. You choose losers because that's what you think you deserve, and that's why you'll never have a better life.
She doesn't care about you. She's a phony.
Can you please not fight in here? Don't think I can take it. For some reason, my Xanax isn't kicking in. Anxiety, nightmares, and a nervous breakdown. There's only so many traumas a person can withstand till they take to the streets and start screaming.
A New York socialite, deeply troubled and in denial, arrives in San Francisco to impose upon her sister. She looks a million, but isn't bringing money, peace, or love. I saw this in the theater, and I liked it. I'm not a big fan of Woody Allen's work, not as large as other fans, but I liked this one. It was definitely a little bit slower than the movies that were out towards the end of this summer, because the summer is a lot of big movies. There was Man of Steel and Wolverine and a lot of the the big summer blockbusters, comedies and things like that. I think the only other real drama that was out at that time might have been The Butler, which I also saw. But this movie was cool for what it was. I thought Cate Blanchett did an amazing job. It's basically about this socialite. It's Cate Blanchett. She's married to Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin is a big kind of business guru, and he's married to Cate Blanchett. Cate Blanchett doesn't really work. Just kind of plans parties and is a socialite. Alec Baldwin ends up breaking up with her. She kind of has this mental breakdown and then goes to San Francisco to live with her sister Sally Hawkins, who lives is more of a blue-collar lifestyle. But Cate Blanchett kind of looks down on her and wants her to do better, but Cate Blanchett is also in denial over everything that's going on in her life. Sally Hawkins is dating Andrew Dice Clay. Cate Blanchett doesn't like him. When she goes to a party, Sally Hawkins meets Louis C.K. Cate Blanchett meets Peter Sarsgaard. But Cate Blanchett is lying about all these different things. And it's just really it's an interesting movie. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Sitting in the theater, I was probably the youngest person in the theater by about 20 years. This is good. I'm a big fan of Cate Blanchett. She put on a stunning performance in this movie. There's a lot of talk with her, of course. She was the front runner for a long time her about most of the year for Actress of the Year. The only thing I see about this performance is the character she plays is really not likable in any way. She's just has fault after fault, and when she thinks she can't get any worse, she gets worse. So I'm not sure how that will play into the voting. Now that you have performances like Sandra Bullock out there and Brie Olson and a lot of the others, Philomena is out, where Judi Dench does a good job, and a lot of the others. So I'm not sure how her performance will hold up when it gets down to the nitty gritty. But she did a really good job. Alec Baldwin played Alec Baldwin. I like Alec Baldwin. I've been a fan for a long time. But it seems like since 30 Rock, which is arguably one of his biggest roles, he kind of plays Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin has himself just become a character, and he brought it. He was good. He was kind of sleazy. Sally Hawkins did a really good job, and I'm happy to. She had a lot of heart in her performance. To Kate Blanchett's kind of like really big performance, Sally Hawkins was a little bit smaller. And there's been some love in the critics groups for her as far as supporting actress. Andrew Dice Clay. I like that he's back. He plays Andrew Dice Clay in this, but he's kind of he's Andrew Dice Clay. He's straight talking, but he's kind of a lovable character. I like him because he was gone for a little while. I used to like his stand up when I was little, and then I was a big fan of the show Entourage. And in the last season, he has the last 2 seasons, he has a really good role, as a voiceover character with Johnny Drama, and I like his performance. He's, he is Andrew Dice Clay, and that's what you're getting. But when he takes on a role that can fit, his persona fits into it. I thought it was really good. Louis C.K. Has another great performance here. Another comedian who he's not really playing the comedy in this. He plays another suitor of Sally Hawkins, and he does a really good job. Both a nice honest performance. I think Peter Sarsgaard plays a potential suitor of Kate Blanchett in this movie, and you really feel for his character. He does a great job. I like him because he can play a role, and he doesn't have to really raise his voice, but you kind of get the inflection of what he's talking about. I liked him in Boys Don't Cry, and I think ever since he's been really good. And then Alden Ehrenreich, he was in Beautiful Creatures. He plays the son of Alec Baldwin and Kate Blanchett, Danny. It's a really good movie. It's Woody Allen, so I definitely expect this one to have some critic appeal. I believe the Golden Globes is honoring Woody Allen at this year's ceremony, but he's notorious for not showing up, and I don't think he's showing up for this one. I think Woody Allen, someone else, I think it was like Diane Keaton, that is going to accept the award on his behalf. So, yeah, I don't know if that doesn't really help his cause for the rest of the award season, but I think when you're Woody Allen, it doesn't really matter. I feel like he's of that level where if he's coming out with something, it's automatically considered. So yeah, Blue Jasmine is good. It's not a feel-good movie by any means. The ending, it's not a happily ever after. It's just kind of, all right, well, there is an after in this, but it's definitely great for Kate Blanchett. I like her. She does a great job playing the, New York elite, and her performance it's almost comical. Like it's so ridiculous, this character that you laugh, but then you realize like there's really nothing to be laughing about because this woman is totally troubled. I think it was I'm not sure if it's to its advantage or disadvantage that it came out so early. The fact that it came out so early, there was a lot of talk about it when no one was really talking about anything else except for maybe the Butler and Fruitvale Station. I think Mud was in the running at the time. And there had been a little bit of talk about blue is the warmest color. So, like, this year, any movie that had the word blue in it was pretty much talked about. But I think maybe if it came out a little bit later around this time, it would definitely be fresh in people's minds. But how many people would have really saw it? Because it's a small movie. But yeah, so that's it. I think I would give this one 2.5 out of 5 stars. It was just kind of slow. It's a good story, but slow. And I'm not sure if I would sit through this one again, but I'm definitely glad I saw it. So 2.5 out of 5 stars. And I'm sure you'll hear about this more as award season goes on and Cate Blanchett's march to the Oscar. So yeah, 2.5 stars. My name's Gerald, Highly Sober Productions. You can catch us at Gmail if you want to email us. You can hit us up on Twitter, on Facebook, IMDb, YouTube. You can also hit that little subscribe button right on your computer, and that way you can get all the updates on when we post. In this, our smaller series, we also have a larger roundtable series where there's about 3, 4, 5 of us that sit around and we break down an old movie. And those discussions are really lively. And you can also hit us up anywhere. We'd love to hear from you. My name's Gerald. I'm your host, Highly Sober Productions. Until next time, guys. Thanks for being awesome.
It's gonna be alright. It's on tonight, gonna be alright. It's on tonight.